before. I've had so many fucking examples of shit work on M14s recently. They are not the easiest gun to work on. I've done so many that I'm fine with it. But every time I do one, generally speaking, I do come across little issues I've got to solve. This is the first CMA EBR I've done in a very long time, so there's little things I had to do. I've never done one of these motors inside it either, so this is a little bit of a learning curve for me as well. What people don't tell you about shimming is that sometimes some gearboxes are unshimmable, and people say, oh, he's got to do the shimming. No. Absolutely not. Sometimes some gearboxes are unshimmable. This one, there was no way that I could raise the bevel gear up high enough to allow a motor to sit in there nicely. So what I've done is I've added two 6mm bearing bushings to either side. I've got one 0.01mm shim on top and every other shim is underneath. I've locked that in place, as in I've made that as tight as I dare so that it free spins, but I've left a 1mm shim space between the other two gears. The motor, any motor, was too long to fit inside here the way this cage was, and this I can make loads of room backwards on the cage, can't make a lot of room forward on the cage. So what I've done is I have taken the original motor, this is the example of it, that's how it looks. It's got two bushings on it, which I've replaced with steel bearing type, and I've reduced the length of the shaft down to about there. So rather than up here, my nail is down to here. And I shimmed the motor length, I shimmed this to the correct position in the gearbox, because not every gearbox is 100% shimmable. So you have to reduce the length of the shaft.
There you go, you learned something.
And in case you're wondering how it fires, this is an M150 spring. This is set for the weight of ammo the customer wants to use. Yeah. There you go. That's how you do it. That is a cool fucking looking gun. Bit of mess on the table. Get that shit out of the way. Many hours put into this, but absolutely worth it. It's a demon. It's a fucking demon. And I love that bipod. I fucking love that bipod. Look at this cool thing. Vorsk call this the Osiris. It's been a long time since it's been released that I've gone, holy fuck, I want one of them. And this is my chance to pick up what is effectively a Beretta Dolphin. They don't come with this frame, they come with a railed frame. I took that off because that is not the 90s style that I was looking for. Back in the 90s, early 90s to mid 90s, somebody made a slide kit for the Beretta 92 or M9, and it basically fixed any issues whereby the slide would fracture or something. So they've got these nice reinforced parts here, and they've gone for that reason with a covered ejection port, so there's no completely open slide anymore, as we find on a fucking Beretta 92. I've always wanted one. I had a Zeke kit and it was really crap. I took it apart, I put a new frame on it. It's not going to get used much. I don't ask what it's like, I don't know, but I do know that when I fire it, it's pretty snappy. That's on a Neutral 3 gas, it's pretty cold. I doubt it's going to be very efficient in cold weather, but it does have a happy switch. So that makes me pleased. And it does decock as well. I will be putting some nice Beretta grips on here, some real Beretta grips, and getting this side here engraved with the correct markings. But yeah, I'm actually happy with this gun. It's actually pretty cool. It's a long time since something's come out that I've gone, fuck me, I need one. And the fact that Vorsk has released it, but it is basically identical to the WE Gen 2. So any issues you have with one of them, you're probably going to have with one of these. But I'm not going to fucking use it. It's going to go in my collection. But there we go, finally. Beretta Dolphin.